John King, USA, CNN, weeknights at 7 Eastern.
Congressman Grayson, I'd like to start with you. Sir, your state went for President Obama in 2008, not just because of Democrats, but overwhelmingly with the help of independents. Right now, you're home with your constituents. What are you hearing from them about the president?
Well, I think they want the president to do more, and they're afraid of what the Republicans might do to them. You know, they don't want to go back to $4 a gallon gasoline. They don't want more endless wars. They don't want the economy brought to the brink of national bankruptcy as it was under the Republicans. They want the president to do more to solve the everyday problems that they face.
Isai, you hear the dissatisfaction the congressman's expressing. You became an independent, but you voted for the president in 2008. What made you leave the Democratic Party and become independent?
Well, unfortunately, I think institutions become, more interested in their own welfare than in the people they're supposed to represent. I find that the Republicans and the Democrats are two sides of the same coin sometimes, the American corporate business party. And they, corporations, large ones, contribute to both sides. They hedge their bets. So they buy one side off, I think, more, whoever will do it business their way, but then they also contribute to other folks and threaten to pull that money out, and I just didn't want to be a part of that anymore. I saw too much of our Democrats not really standing up and fighting for the people that they're supposed to represent.
You sound
and I have
disillusioned.
to say, I'm a big fan of Alan Grayson's.
You are. You sound disillusioned with the whole party. Do you blame Obama for some of this? Do you think he's guilty of some of what you're saying?
Here's the thing. It's hard for me to blame any one president, whether it's Obama or Bush. The policies kind of stay the same. So to me, it seems like whoever gets you to the office, is who calls the shots. Whoever pays that money, whoever makes your donors, show up. Those are the people that you have to play ball with. And unfortunately, a lot of things that you say to get elected are different than the things you do to stay in office.
Okay, John, I'm going to put this to you because you are a resident expert on independents. Again, the support among independents has plummeted for President Obama from 56% to 38%. What one factor do you attribute that to?
The number one issue for independent voters right now, according to a recent poll, is the debt. The federal debt. The second issue is terrorism, then health insurance costs, then unemployment. So the debt, it's a message we're hearing over and over, is it's the spending, stupid. That's what's hurting this administration. There are many different elements of the Obama coalition. He won independent voters by 8% in 2008, but that plummeting, a nearly 20% drop over the last year, that is not a subtle sign, and it's a sign that Democrats are in trouble all over the country as well. Recent poll coming out showing they're down 12 points in matchups against Republicans looking to the fall. So this is a real issue.
That's completely not true. Can I jump in here, Jessica?
Go ahead, yes.
Okay, first of all, with regard to the matchups have been dead even for a year now. Second, with regard to the Gallup poll report, you're comparing a blip up to 56% a year ago to a blip down right now to 38%, when in fact the president's numbers have been extremely even among independent voters for a year and a half now, between 40 and 50%. Sampling causes sampling error. That's what you're seeing right now. It's not as if the president's standing dropped yesterday.
This swing is a sampling error, sir?
Yeah. Well, listen to what I said. The president's approval rating among independents has been between 40 and 50% very steadily now for a year and a half. You had a blip up a year ago, temporarily for a week, and now you're having a blip down through sampling error temporarily for another week, and you're making that into some kind of national story. So the national story ought to be the president has very steady support among independents between 40 and 50%, and that hasn't changed for a year and a half.
John, you're shaking your head. Isai, I'll let you get in here, but John, go ahead.
Due respect, I just think the overall trend is very, very clear. There is a decline, not only among the president, but among Democrats. Look, NPR poll came out last week showing that in the 60 most competitive districts in the country, currently held by Democrats, yours being one of them, that currently independent voters are swinging towards Republicans by 50 to 29%. That's not a subtle message. It's there. You can't just deny it.